Hello and welcome back, my dear friends and fellow seekers of wisdom and enchantment. My name is Tania and I'm super excited to have you here on the Flower of the Magic Fern YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, this is the moment because each month we go deep on a full moon for a reading on the 3 important topics in our life. First is always relationships, the second one is financial situation as we all look for financial abundance and prosperity, and the third topic is on demand. Last month, we were exploring the big shift in energy field, and I'm really curious if that reading helped you to move through for the last weeks. This full moon evening, we will be going into the inner child realm. I was really asked to do so because it feels like there are some little kids somewhere inside, deep inside your heart that are looking and seeking for attention. Together we will unlock the secrets hidden within the cards of the magnificent Flower of the Magic Fern tarot deck, the very deck I've carefully crafted to bring the world of the Ukrainian spirit to life. So grab a cozy spot, light a candle, and let the ancient wisdom of the tarot guide us through this transformative full moon reading. Whether you're seeking guidance in a matter of the heart, curious about the financial influences surrounding you, or ready to explore inner child needs, wants, I'm here for you, and this reading is tailor-made. So if you're ready to tap into the energies, let's go. So the very first touch we're gonna do, that's gonna be the matter of the heart. Because you know what, as much as our brain and our mind can help us to avoid difficult situations in our life, only our heart knows what to do and when to do this. So anytime you're actually in doubt, just close your eyes, tune in, take a nice deep breath in, exhale, and then ask your heart. The heart always knows what to do. So this is the beautiful moment, oh my goodness, look at those guys here, where we will be diving deep into the strengths and the weaknesses of the relationships that you're currently on. So when we look into the relationships, there are always the strengths, right? And the opposite is the weakness. I don't like the word weakness. I actually like to say areas of improvement because there is no failure. There's only the feedback, right? So on this side, it's actually super exciting because not only we have 2 aces, ace of water, ace of fire, but also we have the emperor. So those 4 are super powerful and they have really great healthy masculine energies. So the ace of fire, that's my favorite one because you know he's the one who lit the Flower of the Magic Fern on summer solstice. With ace of fire in this reading on a section of the strengths, it feels like you already have so much spirit-powered action in your relationships, and there's new opportunities, and there's money and fortune and some kind of inheritance already in front of you and your relationships. The only question I would ask is, how can you infuse your life with joy and cheerfulness so you can inspire your partner to do the same? The energy of this card is celebration, spirit-powered action, new opportunities, original source of action. We are actually talking about money, fortune, inheritance, creation, and family. This card always teaches us that when we ignite the fire within, this potent and powerful energy will illuminate the past. It already feels that this relationship is super powerful. It feels like you're power couple. You actually understand each other, you support each other, and you bring lots of joy to the relationship from both sides. And together with ace of water, because water is all about emotions. On the medicine wheel in shamanic teachings, the water sits on the direction of the south. That's the direction of the heart, the emotions, and the water. The feeling of ace of water is pure joy, satisfaction on emotional level, nourishment, true heart, fertility, and felicity. The only thing to do is pour from your heart all the love you have and do not hold anything back. Because remember, when we give from the open and expansive heart, the energy of abundance flows through us and to us. Well, without further ado, we're gonna go into the areas of improvement, but I want to really congratulate you because your relationship, either this is romantic relationship or maybe you had some person in a business partnership in mind, this is very strong. This is trusting. This is the relationship where you can trust each other and both actually not only working on survival mode anymore, but actually bringing lots of joy, nourishment, and heart connection to the relationships. And the Svarog, this is the father of all of the gods. This is the healthy masculine on its best expression. The wise and commanding Svarog does not wait for permission to make a difference in the life of others. And in your couple, it looks like you treat yourself with respect and do not limit the flow of energy towards peace and order. And with having both Ace of Fire and Ace of Water in your reading, and Svarog behind them, so you know, Svarog is the father of all of the gods. So this is the father and this is the two sons, right? And it's amazing because it looks like on the strength side of your relationship, you have the very healthy masculine, but both are asking you. This one is asking you to bring more joy and cheerfulness to the relationships, and this one is asking to bring more nourishment. But since they already are on the side of these strengths, it looks like you're already doing this. The only thing would be to maybe allow more, so expand your container so you can allow more cheerfulness, more abundance, and more nourishment to your relationships. And at this moment, let's examine the cards that reveal the weaknesses and the areas of improvement. Interestingly enough, those are cards who sits on a higher level. So we have 5 of Earth, 7 of Fire, and 9 of Air. And we're gonna start with this one, 7 of Fire. So 7 of Fire, actually talking about jumping high and achieving your goals. So with that being said, how come you have such a strong support, Ace of Fire, Ace of Water, and Emperor holding the foundation, and yet it feels like when there is a moment to achieve or to step forward or to be bold and move, you know, and go for your dreams, there is still something that is holding you back. Interestingly enough, this couple is actually holding hands, right? So in Ukrainian tradition, this is a tradition also in summer solstice. It is the fire purification. So couples, if you think that, oh, this is my soulmate, you grab a hand and you jump over the fire. And as per the legend, if you hold hands after the jump, it means that this is your soulmate forever. If someone, you know, drop the hand, maybe not. Maybe that's not the last one. So with that being said, seek for more help from each other when you're dreaming about something. So, you know, in relationship, it's very important not to be dependent, but to be interdependent, right? And interconnected. It's when each morning you come to each other and say, hey, how can I support you today? And then you exchange your needs, so then your partner can support you in a meaningful and loving way. And the second area of improvement is 9 of Air. And 9 of Air is all about speaking out loud and talking and being in community. So what comes to me is that somehow your couple is very restrained and like not inside of the community, and as much as you really want, you know, to jump high and to achieve your goals, it feels like in this moment it is really, really suggested to be in the community and to ask for support. Because you know what, as much as we want to do everything by ourselves, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. And this one here, this is the Earth. Interestingly enough, she was sitting across the Svarog, right? This is the feminine, this is the masculine. So both feminine and masculine holds the foundation, and 5 of Earth. So Earth is all about abundance, the prosperity, the materialization. And 5 is actually telling us that there might be some areas where you want to make some shifts. So once you have 1, 2, 3, 4, the 4 is the foundation. Once you get to the 4 and you have the foundation, once you get to the 5, this is the moment to actually look back and say, hey, maybe there's some adjustment needs to be made. The adjustment that is strongly suggested for this spread is gratitude. So the energies that shows up right now is that even though you have such a strong support, even though your relationship is not, you know, like kindergarten level relationships, there is still a moment where you don't express enough gratitude for what you have. And remember, we can only attract what we want when we vibrate on that frequency. And the frequency of gratitude is one of the most potent, powerful energies. So sit back and think where in your life and how you, and maybe if you have any rituals where you express the daily gratitude. This can be your meditation in the morning, this can be your journaling at the evening for the beautiful day that you already experienced on this planet. But this is something that is highly suggested to be incorporated in your relationships, because together, if you will do all of the steps, I'm super excited for you. This is a very, very beautiful relationships. Nourish it, bring more joy, and bring more gratitude. And comment below and tell me if that resonated. So the second topic is financial situation in your life. Oops, jumping cards. Okay, you know what? They really want to be here. Okay, we will draw from them too. So finances, money. How does it feel for you? So do you know, right? You know that money is amplifier. So whatever state you're in, whatever energy you're in, if you bring more money, money will amplify. So that's why be really, really mindful to where you want to bring more abundance, because we are actually the conduit for everything, right? So the energy comes and we give it. So just be mindful. As always, for financial situation, we have outer circle and inner circle. So we will see, and I'm gonna use this one because they just jumped on me, and I know there are 4 of them out of 6. So we're gonna put 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't ask me why. This is the ancestor speaking. And 3, 4. Okay, so as always, we have inner circle, and this is the situation when this is the realm where people or institutions or government or I don't know, your family, somebody is influencing on your financial abundance. And then we have inner circle, and this is actually you, what you can influence, what you can change, what you can adjust. Does it make sense? Let's dive in. Okay, you. Okay, we have 3 of air, we have 10 of air, and we have 6 of water. Okay, my friend, what's happening? So 3 of air. This is the card that tells us that there's lots of sadness and sorrow and some grief. With 3 of air, ask yourself, how do I allow things to flow freely? Or am I attached to the outcomes and interfere with the movement of life? You know, sadness and grief and emotional pain is not easy, and this too shall pass. The only suggestion would be to release and let go. Free yourself. And the act of liberation is highly recommended at this time. Then we have 10 of air. So together there's both the air, right? And the air on the shamanic wheel sits in the north. So this is our intelligence, this is our mind. And the 10 of air, the energy, the feeling of 10 of air is abundance of life, the connection, the togetherness, celebration, and deep reverence between human and God. It feels like when you're expressing your thoughts and ideas and brilliant dreams, the community doesn't support you, but you still hold this closely to your heart. And then we have 6 of water, and 6 of water is also nostalgia and thinking about the past. 6 of water is asking to let go of emotional connection to the past that are holding you back from living fully in the present. The good question to sit on would be, am I stuck moving forward because I'm still absorbed with the regrets of the past? Okay, so this is sadness and this is sadness, and this is the community that does not accept where you are in the present moment. Interestingly enough, this is what's inside. I'm really curious to know what's the outside. So what do we have here? Okay, 4 of fire. Good enough. We have 7 of earth. Okay. Oh, my dear friend, you will not like it. Or maybe you will. Okay. And 3 of fire. Lots of sadness. I will be honest with you, it is what it is, and that somehow is financial situation. So is it something that you were looking and moving forward towards your dreams and it didn't go the way you wanted? It feels like that really impact your self-esteem or your thoughts about yourself, or it's like really put a stop on you. Because so the out circle is, so we have 7 of earth. 7 of earth is telling us this is the rejection. Did you have a situation where you came with a proposal and they said no? Did you have a situation where you apply for, I don't know, approval, investment approval or mortgage approval or any financial approval, and the institution is like no? Or maybe you had something where you wanted to have a promotion at your work and the answer was no. This is the rejection card, and the lesson of this card is that there is no rejections, it's only redirection. So when this card shows up in the reading, and especially as your outer circle in a financial situation, be very grateful, because it looks like you were moving towards the wrong direction. I mean, there is no right or wrong, but that direction would take you longer to get where you wanted, and it was a no. And as much as it's painful and sad that might feel, this is actually a good thing. Even though 7 of earth has the feeling of rejection and need to change plans, including business and money, the only thing to ask yourself would be, what lesson did you learn from the past event? And then, you know what, together with 6 of water, just release and let go, detach from the past. Your action would be reassess your past efforts and start again. Continue by choosing a different path and look for new strategies or alternative routes. That's not a stop, that's not a rejection, that's a redirection. Second one, 3 of fire. Again, lots of sadness around this card, and we have 3 of air here, and it's interesting. So there is something outside your financial situation where someone is actually taking advantage of you in a realm of emotional and mental and energetic field. The Three of Fire, it's interesting, the energy comes is that where does anyone take advantage of your generosity? Or where do you take advantage of generosity that surrounds you? The only feeling and the nudge that this card is giving in this particular reading would be to cherish and respect the treasures that are given to you through the hearts of others. And then we have Four of Fire. So Four of Fire, it looks like you already built the foundation. So you laid out the foundation, and this is a moment to start celebrating. Interestingly enough, remember when in a relationship we had only like the cards standing higher on the hierarchy? This one here is threes and six and fours, and again a grief and sadness and nostalgia. This is the card. Four of Fire suggests you to stop on this one and move forward and actually celebrate, because it feels like you start the project or life or career or whatever you were starting business from the very beginning again. This is not your first business, this is like a second one already, and this is the moment to pause and celebrate. Cut yourself some slack, enjoy. Summer is here, maybe, relax. And I know if you're anything like me, this reading, I would not like it, because like, oh, you're still sitting in the past, move forward. And by the way, celebrate. Oh, and the rejection is redirection. I know, I hear you, my dear friend. I know, but this is life and this is the lesson, right? And the more lightness we will bring into the situations where they are not actually look like the celebration, trust me, they are. Tomorrow, in a week, or maybe in a month, maybe in 10 years, you will look back in this situation and you would be like, holy moly, that was right. Why were I still bothered with sadness? Why were I still sitting in the nostalgia and attachment to the past? Why were I still thinking who's draining me energetically? If the card suggested, express gratitude for what's happening and bring more celebration to your life. And I know right now, because we have twos and threes and fours, it doesn't feel like there are lots of celebration, and the foundation is laid out. You're ready to move forward. So this is the time to pause, to celebrate, to go back to those who actually helped you to come forward to this stage in your life, in your business, in your financial situation, and celebrate with them. Take a pause, okay? I really hope that helps. Please don't get discouraged. This is this is life. This is life. That's how it happens. And sometimes we don't really know why. And our job is to trust that everything happens for a reason and everything happens for us and through us. And now we're going to dive deep into the inner child. So the energy of the inner child. Two of Earths, that's the need. Nine of Earths, that's the want. And what we're going to get? Three of Earths. Interestingly enough, all of the three cards are the Earth cards. So Two of Earths feeling is divine connection, internal legacy, and immortality of our human souls. The action this card suggestion is to expand your awareness and consider how your choices will affect future generations. When we take pride and ownership in what we do in this lifetime, we create a persistent pattern of good intentions for the next generations across the lifetimes. You know how we always say that when we heal ourselves, we heal 7 generations behind and 7 generations ahead of us? This card, Two of Earths, is already suggesting that you're on the right path. And it's interesting, that's like, looks here, like in the heart, right? This is the grandfather. There are lots of wisdom in this card. This is our connection between us here and our ancestors. And this is the need of your inner child. The inner child is asking you to stop for a second, to maybe slow down in the material realm, in all of the thinking and feeling and expansion, and just be and look into the ancestral line and look what wisdom and what is the need there, what needs to be healed there, so that you can move forward, and then you can help your kids, your grandkids to live happier life, right? And this is the one. So what your inner child wants. So Nine of Earths sits already very high on the Earth scale, which means that your inner child wants abundance and prosperity. And yet this is the beautiful card, because this card suggests, and this card talks a lot about the family and gathering together. Your inner child really wants material success, accomplishments, prosperity, and your inner child wants concrete results, fortune and treasures. The only thing I would suggest here is that use gratitude daily. as a deep energetic cord to amplify the connection of what is already abundant in your life. Right? Because it's only when we are grateful for what we already have, we can attract more of what we want. Nine of Earths is a very powerful card. Please tune in, close your eyes, and see if that resonates with you. And if that's a yes, daily gratitude. And then this one is what we're getting. This is very gentle, this is very soft feminine energy. And the feeling is invisible power, nobility, creating a new source of income again, and setting up foundation for future. It's a dedication and love for your vocation. The only question I would ask at this stage is, are you actually doing what you aligned with? Does it bring you joy? Does it nourish your heart? Do you feel drained after you finish what you're doing? Or are you feeling energized once something is complete? This is a huge indicator if your heart and soul purpose is aligned with what you're doing already. If this is the question that you start thinking, the action could be step back and reassess what is completed at this initial stage of the journey. Because only when we proceed with what is called from our heart, we become both the conduit and co-creator of our life on this earth. My beautiful, beautiful inner child, if that resonates, I invite you to place one hand on your heart, one hand on your power center, which in shamanic is the belly button. Take a nice deep inhale in, exhale. My dear inner child, I love you. I'm with you. I'm here for you. Thank you. And with that being said, I'm deeply grateful for you to be here, to come back to us and to explore more magic from the very first Ukrainian Tarot deck, Flower of the Magic Fern. As we come to the end of this full moon tarot reading, I want to thank you all for joining me on this mystical journey. If you enjoyed this video and found value in the insights shared, I invite you to subscribe to the Flower of the Magic Fern channel for more tarot readings, spiritual guidance, and enchanting content. And don't forget to click the notification bell to stay connected. Leave a comment below. I'm deeply grateful for each and all of you for being here. We're still, 6 weeks old. It's like a newborn baby. And with that being said, please stay tuned for more enchantment. And until then, stay magical. What is this? Do this. No. Super excited to have you here on the Flower of the Magic Fern YouTube video channel. Last week. Last month. Last month we dive this full moon.